According to a recent report, koalas may be extinct by the year 2040.
And according to Fox News, that's my fault.
Very.
Finally, we agree on something. All right. Despite the fear, we made it a year. But does Trump deserve praise at 365 days? Last week was the one-year anniversary of the election of Mr. Trump. Some chose to scream at the sky. Now, I'm thinking their childhood birthday parties were sparsely attended. Others, though, took time to reflect, like me.
Because that's when Oliver comes out to relax and sit in the jacuzzi, he'll get it and he hates it.
Oh, that feels great. Whether you love him or hate him, you must admit there's been no one like Trump. Part celebrity, part guy who might have you killed. He may be the most entertaining political figure since Caligula. This is where I cue the montage.
It's called Make America Great Again. You see what's going on.
So how does the press treat you?
I hope they're showing how many people are in this room, but they won't. They don't even do that.
Vote for Big Luther Strange. And we have the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you've ever seen.
Coming from a different world and only being a politician for a short period of time, how am I doing? Am I doing okay? I'm president. Hey, I'm president. Can you believe it?
But he's not just the president. He's your outspoken cab driver. He's your rich uncle and your delinquent son. He's your boss, barber, and bartender, always with an opinion, a crude joke, and probably a gun. And he loves his meat well done.
In the land of the rising sun, where exotic food and uncooked delicacies abound, one man dared to have it his way.
Instead of ordering sushi or tempura, the man orders a well-done cheeseburger.
It's the story of one man's quest to stay consistent on every corner of the planet. Now he's introducing the Far East to some tough all-American meat with plenty of heat. Short Man on a Unicorn on a Surfboard Hanging 10 while singing the alphabet backwards films presents Shinzo Abe, Donald Trump, with a special appearance by Jaleel White as Steve, Beef Patty Rebel, Rising Sun, well done.
But at this juncture, we should ask, how is he doing? Which really means, how are we doing? Let's look at this otter eating at a table. Because the news is so good, who needs a handy chart to tell you? The otter tells you everything you need to know. Things are great. Stock market's rallying. We got 1 million new jobs. Consumer confidence is way up. ISIS is decimated. Pipelines are pumping. Then there's Neil Gorsuch, plus 12 other judges in lower courts. Regulations are rolled back. Illegal immigration is down by nearly a half on the southern border. And those Paris Accords were flushed down like a costly turd. Not a bad list, right, Mr. Otter, huh? Yeah, just nod along. But we also saw a ton of fighting. It was a bit much, often becoming personal at times, but maybe it was warranted. Conflict has always been a one-way street. The left dishes it out, and the rest of us take it. But Trump gives it back and doesn't give a damn. He's more OG than Snoop, Ice Cube, and Ice-T combined. He's especially fearless to the media, who just can't figure it out.
Don't be rude.
Attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
The fact of the matter is, we're not fake media.
I'm talking about dangerous as in a journalist gets hurt.
Poison. That's what it is. It's a verbal form of poison, meant to affect your view of the media world.
I think he has rage-related hair loss. Poor Brian. But I believe that we have actually learned more about governance than ever before under Trump, because nothing is hidden and everything becomes a target. It's a poli-sci class taught by Rambo. But while I'm hopeful, the year's not over, and his tax plan, it bugs me. I'm a 2T guy. It's all about terror and taxes, and his work on terror, it gets an A. But with taxes, I feel kind of like this fella.
Go!
Go! Go! Go, Cooper!
I'm right with you, little fella. Still, it's not a bad start. I'd say that we are all better off, including the screamers, even if they're too busy screaming to actually hear it. Let's welcome tonight's guests, shall we? The only Steyn I like more is the one filled with beer. Author, political commentator, host of the Mark Steyn Show, Mark Steyn. He's not just my favorite host, but my favorite sandwich. Creator and host of the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin. If you ask her for her sign, she'll say dead end. National Review reporter, Katherine Timpf. And an airplane hangar is his pup tent. Former bodyguard of my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Yes. All these gang signs going on here. I'm a little scared. All right, Mark. It's been a year and the planet is still here. Are you surprised?
No, I loved him most when he was dancing with those Saudi princes. I've waited all my life for a man who knows how to dance with Saudi. I can't imagine John Kasich or Jeb Bush trying to dance with those. And it's good. It's a great show, Dancing with the Sauds. Have you seen it? It's like a big show over there.
Really?
And, yeah, Dancing with the Sauds. It's a great show.
What happens if you lose?
Well, that's not so.
Yes.
That's not so good.
There's a stadium for that.
Yeah, in the semi-final, they chop one of your feet off, and that makes it all a lot more difficult.
Oh, that's terrible. All right, Dave, how do you feel? Is the country better or worse or the same?
Well, Greg, you know I always do a lot of research before I join you here, and I checked, and actually everything that Trump has done, including the tweets, is exactly the same thing as the first year of Hitler in 1933. But
He's joking.
That was Twitter did not exist in 1933. If you were following along, it just feels that way because it's so terrible. But actually, think about it. I mean, when I was watching that montage, it was actually making me like Trump more, because think about it, this guy has all the money in the world, all the power in the world, could do whatever he wants, and he has subjected himself to sitting at a desk with Halloween candy and these kids. You saw the thing, he called that one kid fat accidentally, and then he's dancing with Saudi princes, and it's like he can do anything he wants. He actually must want to do this.
Yeah, no, I think he reached that age where he doesn't give a damn, and like he's done everything he wants. So he's a 70-year-old man who's like, what the heck? I'll try this for a couple years. If it doesn't work out, I can play golf. And I mean, that's actually probably the best attitude maybe for a president. Tyrus, I feel like when I'm looking at what's going on, I feel like it's like Lollapalooza. It's not a presidency. There's like 3 concert stages all playing at the same time. And it's like there's the media, there's Trump, there's the parties. It's like so much is happening in so little time.
Yeah.
That wasn't really a question.
Yeah, I'm looking for the questions. I'm just going to wing it. I will tell you, you know what it is? He has changed the conversation in this country.
Yeah.
I've been lifting weights with the same group of guys for about 10 years. And we always talked about football, women in positive terms, and sports, and maybe complain about a bill or a nagging elbow.
Yes.
Not anymore.
No, it's all Trump.
We talking about taxes. We're talking about, you know, like, what we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And I don't know. That's a good idea. I wouldn't do that. You know, like, he's changed. He's brought politics into the living room. It's become the new national pastime. You know, the NFL and the NBA and their ratings are down because everyone's involved in what's going on in our government.
Interesting.
So I don't necessarily know if that's a bad thing.
I never thought of that. I thought it had to do with other things, but it's because people are more...
We're all talking about it.
Yeah.
Every move he makes, someone says, look what he just did. And then you look and be like, well, I'm cool with that.
Kat, what are your... it's never as bad as people say things are, but it's never as great as people says things are. So it's probably okay.
Right. Well, the left set the bar pretty low when he was elected. So
Yes. He was Hitler.
Seeing as we're all here and we're breathing, we're not trapped in a bunker subsisting on like bean water, then we're doing a lot better than they predicted. But some of my favorite things have been the scandals that aren't scandals. Like, can we bring up that picture of my favorite thing to happen since he's been president? This was my favorite thing.
Yes.
People were so mad,
yes.
but that's exactly how I sit at my desk. Because you know what? I have too much stuff to do to worry about manners and things like that.
Yes.
So I am very, very happy to see that represented in the White House.
You're a knee sitter.
Mm-hmm. Knee sitting, it needs to be excused.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a skill. I can't. I sat on both my knees. I'd be in a wheelchair.
So everyone was just jealous.
I think, though, too, I think there's another side to politics that we're learning, is that Trump has taught you not to take it as seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was the fantastic. I mean, I will never forget, whatever it was, 9:57 on election night. All the people who know everything, in the space of 6 minutes, turned out to be wrong.
Including me.
The Democrats, the media, the celebrities, and half the Republican Party. And what I loved about him is he had no consultants. He spent less money to get elected than anybody since Benjamin Harrison. He had no ground game. He had no ads. He'd just walk on stage and start riffing about how Macy's stock price had tanked since they dumped Trump ties.
Yes.
And it turned out... people like Karl Rove said, "Oh, you can't do this. This is the way you're meant to do it."
Yeah.
And he did it, and it worked. It was fantastic.
Last word.
Well, I like that he's exposed who the crazy people are, because every one of us knows people with Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah,
it's actually a mental condition that I've started just rubbing off the tea on Tylenol and handing to my friends. Like, take a couple of these, you might be okay.
Yes. All right. Later in the show, we sent Kat to the screaming at the Sky event. We'll show it to you after you sit through everything else. That's called a tease. Up next, Donna, Brazile, Hillary Clinton, and enough finger pointing to keep all the world's fingers employed. Can you feel the chill between Hill and Brazile? Clinton campaign insiders are fighting back against claims from Donna Brazile's book that the primary was rigged in favor of the petulant pantsuit. And Donna Brazile herself always never fails to get a laugh, the pantsuit. Brazile seems to be distancing herself from the rigged claim, which is weird because it's in her book. It's an interesting strategy. It wasn't me, it was my book. I know a religion that does that. Anyway, here she is on Tucker Carlson explaining everything.
Excited to talk to you about my new book, Hacks. I wanted to write this book to tell my story. When you read the book it tells some hard truths. I wrote this book because I characterize in the book. That's why in the book, that is a great question, and let me tell you, it's in the book as well. People are just questioning why Donna would write her book.
Actually, I was just hypnotized by Tucker's stoic face. Thanks for coming on the show. Hey, look, the last thing the Democrats wanted is a divided party. They just want 2 governor's seats. They think their future is bright, whereas Donna's book revisits the ugly past. So how should they move on? I have a solution that will settle things once and for all.
Sunday, 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 get ready to be obliterated. The Democratic Party proudly presents the DNC In-House Rumble Extravaganza. Live from Chappaqua, it's the thriller of Hilla and Brazile, featuring your favorite failed candidate Hillary the Iron Rod Clinton, versus the party crasher, the Dem Smasher, the electric chairwoman, Donna Brazile. It's totally outrageous, totally not rigged, and the first 100 people to tune in get a free tea kettle. It's Clinton versus Brazile. Prepare to survive the Dempocalypse.
Dave, what do you get from this conflict? What's going on?
Yeah, well, my first question is, did Donna Brazile write a book? I'm unclear. Was there a book involved in this? Yes, she's right that the election was rigged. She helped rig it.
Yes.
She literally, Donna Brazile, I am not making this up, who was a superdelegate for the Democrats, gave questions to Hillary Clinton before the debates. I don't know if that made it in the book.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it. Or she had an interesting excuse for it, Kat, though. She said, like, she needed to get the issues out there or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to have some sort of feelings about this or be shocked. But finding out that Hillary Clinton got extra help from the DNC is kind of like finding out that the lunch lady's kid at school get an extra scoop of ground beef on Nacho Day. Yes. We already know this is how it works. But everybody should have a fair shot at the presidency and at ground beef. So I'm very glad to see her writing about this, even though it's obviously for money.
Yeah, you know, Mark, I kind of like Donna Brazile. If I had to choose, she seems like more fun. Why shouldn't she run?
No, I thought that. I was on that show with Tucker, and she kept saying to Tucker, if you and I go fishing together. And so when he came to me afterwards, I said, yeah, I'd rather go fishing with Donna Brazile, because if you go fishing with Hillary, you'll be sleeping with the fishes. and people... all these lefty websites go, oh, the Fox News is insane. They think that if you go fishing with Hillary Clinton, you'll actually be murdered. Well, she's taken, evidently the Clintons have taken the tire iron to Donna Brazile, because as you pointed out, as the week went on, she was distancing herself. Yeah. She's at the point of saying, I did not have sexual relations with that book available now. She's distancing herself from the book. I mean, they are.
She woke up and in the morning, the head of her book was right next to her.
To be fair, none of these people write their own books.
I write my own books.
Well, I've seen them.
Yeah, yes. You've seen me write. It's quite impressive. Yep. Tyrus, what do you make of this this feud? Is it hurting the party?
Slow clap.
Yeah.
You know, the Democrats they're like a TV series that just can't get picked up.
Yeah.
They can't fight like Trump. When Trump fights, it's a fight. Him and Corker, we're like, damn, they're going in. Like, we want to see it. You both got together, try to rob a bank, steal the election. You both failed, so now you're telling on each other. Me and my brother used to do this when we were kids. We both had plans to get the cookies. We broke the thing, and it was his idea. He put like they're just throwing stuff together. They just can't do anything with flair or cool. Even the elections this week.
Yeah.
You won a home game.
Yeah.
We did it. We won elections we were supposed to win.
Yeah. With a guy who voted for Bush.
Yeah, no, they voted for a Republican.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing we learned last week is that the world really hates Christie. That's it. That's the only thing we learned.
Yeah.
And that's on both sides.
Yes.
So, I mean, but they literally, whenever they talk, or the book and the feud and the thing, just go like this.
I don't hate Christie.
You don't hate Christie?
No, I kind of want to like play catch with him and have him insult me.
That's nice too. It's odd that the world hates him and he's shaped like a globe. You know, the Democrats should take a page out of Hollywood and just give Hillary what's called the Lifetime Achievement Award. Because whenever somebody gets a Lifetime Achievement Award, a year later they go away. It's like basically kick you out. They need like Democrats Hall of Fame. So she gets up there, and then they hand it to her, she gets a gift bag, and then she's gone. They got to do that. The good thing is, she is so unlikable, there's collateral unlikability to Chelsea.
Yeah.
We may not see Chelsea running for office.
No.
We probably will anyway.
Yeah,
not being likable clearly doesn't stop these people.
Yeah, because they don't get that. That's what's fantastic.
Yeah, they don't know they're hated.
No.
Just to be totally clear, did Donna Brazile write a book?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened here.
Still to come, what's the real reason behind the attack on Senator Rand Paul? We'll get to the bottom of it, and by I don't know what I'm saying. We'll speculate wildly and not solve anything. Did he raise a hand against Rand over troubled land? I speak of last week's attack on Senator Rand Paul outside his home in Kentucky. Here's what we know. which is almost nothing. But that doesn't stop me. Paul's longtime neighbor, Rene Boucher, confronted Paul while he was mowing his lawn. Paul sustained 6 broken ribs and bruises to his lungs. It was pretty serious. Boucher's lawyer called it a landscaping dispute, which is what happened to me the last time I got waxed. Anyway, yes, so we'll be right back. An advisor to Senator Paul says the two hadn't spoken in years, and Paul tweeted stories that questioned the whole landscaping thing. Now, Boucher pled not guilty to 4th-degree assault, but sources tell Fox News that Senator Paul has been told to expect federal charges against the suspect. Apparently, that could mean prosecutors think it was politically motivated. A neighbor who saw Paul after the incident told this to something called NPR.
As soon as he got him off of him, he jumped up and stuck out his hands and said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, let's talk, let's talk." I think Dr. Boucher yelled something at ran to the effect that he was trying to sell his house, and you know, your trees are blocking our view or something.
Yeah, that's disturbing. But what's also disturbing is continuing to refer to the attacker as doctor. It's amazing. It's amazing how much we respect that title. And then Dr. Boucher beat the crap out of him. Dr. Boucher. It's like, it still sounds so sophisticated. And then Dr. Boucher tackled him from behind. Tyrus, what is going on here? What is going on?
You really want to know what's going on?
I want to know. Within
you really want to know?
No, it's about.
Because I know, and they know, and everybody at home knows what's going on. But
we gotta pretend.
I don't have facts, but I have my heart.
Yes.
And my heart tells me there's nothing more sacred than a man's relationship with his yard.
That is true.
And his garden.
Yes.
It's special. It's almost like a marriage.
That is true. It is true.
And when somebody else touches, mows, or interferes with your lawn, you kick their ass.
Yeah, that's true. I had a suburban house for 1 or 2 years, and I got in some serious fights with neighbors over plants and weeds, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Flora.
Flora.
That's what the New York Times guy said.
Flora.
This was a dispute over flora.
Yeah.
And
was that her name?
No, that's what I thought.
Flora. She was a waitress down at Arby's.
That's what a bit. But Rand was mowing his lawn, or the other guy's lawn, and he actually had earphones on to block out the sound of the lawnmower. And this guy came behind him and tackled, and so the only landscaping that was going on was of Rand's ribcage.
Yes, it's true.
And I find this, even by the standards of suburban dispute, I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Right.
Because we've had conspiracies with Las Vegas and all the rest of it. But if I wanted to hang a conspiracy theory on something, I would go with this Rand Paul thing.
Really? Do you think, okay, well, this, Kat, we've heard that this people think it's politically motivated. This guy was an anti-Trumper. But would an anti-Trumper go after Rand Paul? Because Rand Paul's been pretty critical of Trump. So
yeah. First of all, I'm terrified because I have a fallen fake tree on my balcony that's been there for months that I have not attended to.
Are you sure that's an ex-boyfriend that just froze over?
Right, fake tree. So really, if it is a landscaping dispute, which it's such an interesting defense from the lawyer, right? I understand that if it's politically motivated, then the charges are more serious. Yeah. But saying that it was over a trivial landscaping dispute is like saying my client is a rageaholic who cannot exist in society. He broke 6 of his ribs over some trees and some leaves.
Yeah.
I've seen some bad landscaping, but I've really never gotten more emotional other than just to say, oh, I don't care for that.
Because you don't understand the love a man can have for his lawn.
All right. Away from, I want to get
water it.
I want to get Dave and Dave. Do you have any theories?
Well, how are you going to attack a libertarian? You know what I mean? Like libertarians, smoke pot, marry who you want, do whatever you want. But in an odd way, this shows the weakness of libertarianism because it's supposed to protect property, right? And someone came on his property and beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
So where's the government now, Mr. Libertarian?
You can't call the cops.
Always mow your lawn with a gun.
Yes.
Just in case.
That is true.
But it is odd because I didn't realize when libertarians were all for the decriminalization of grass that it was actually to do with clippings.
You know, okay, here's my theory, because the only thing that makes me violent is sound. Like, they were working on this apartment below me. There were 6 construction workers. I went down there. They could have killed me, but I didn't care. I was screaming at them. I think it had to do with the sound of the mower. And the they're both doctors, right? And this guy was probably working all night. Friday, he's sleeping. He's taking a nap. And you have, and Rand's got the ear thing, the little plugs in for a reason, because the mower's loud. And the guy was just like, that infernal noise. Right. Why does he have to do it at 2 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon? I can't, why? Right. And then he just ran out there and he saw him and he just tagged him. Like, That's what sound does. Yeah. Sound, it's primal.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, but you feel me. Yeah. You're passionate about something.
Yeah.
Like a lawn.
Yes.
Or sound.
Sound.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
I'm starting to think lawn might be a metaphor.
I don't know.
No, that's like the book thing, bro. You just my answer is this.
All right. A slow clap.
Yes.
You can never get it cured. All right.
Yeah.
Oh! What are you talking about? Because it's a joke. They never end.
Yeah, why do you look directly at me?
He did.
I did.
That was weird.
Still ahead. Kat gives the screamers something to scream about. But first, flying taxis, they're on their way. Another reason to stay indoors. Does it sound fab to fly by cab? This week, Uber, whatever that is, signed a deal with NASA to develop software for managing aerial taxi routes. It's a subject of a new segment we're calling...
Will this be awesome?
Maybe. Uber plans to test its 4-passenger flying taxi, so you die with 3 people, over Los Angeles by 2020. The idea being that if the taxis fall from the sky, no one will care because it will fall on people in Los Angeles. I love you people in Los Angeles. Most. They say the goal is to officially launch Uber Air before the 2028 Olympics. Great. It's just an arbitrary goal. I believe we have tape of a prototype in action. Great work, doggy. Anyway, here's Uber's CGI-filled demo video. It seems so nice until you realize they're being flown to prison, where they're going to serve life sentences for murder. But they left that out of the commercial. Mark, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I liked the idea until they showed it, and then it just looked like what flying used to be until the TSA started giving you the pat down, and you had to get there. So I may not do it. I think I like new technology. I would like to see Rand Paul on a flying lawnmower. You know, for neighborly disputes over the lawn, if you could just... and you're up there, and all the clippings are just like blowing down in his face. I would like that. I think I'll wait till the flying lawnmower.
The flying lawnmower. That sounds like a wrestling move.
It is.
Rubin?
I think that might be a metaphor, too.
No, it's an actual wrestling move.
Flying. Rubin, thoughts on this?
Well, as the only one I think that lives in Los Angeles, I just want to say I will be moving by 2020. Have you ever seen the way people drive in LA? And now we're going to add that to this?
Yeah.
This has disaster written all over it.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be used for bad things, right? Tyrus. Cat.
We look so much alike.
I know. I look at Kat and I go, Tyrus.
I shaved the beard off. You guys are confused.
Yeah, I think it's a bad idea.
Really?
It's a really, yeah, then there's just going to be traffic in the sky.
Yes.
No one's going to want to be on the ground anymore because Friday night, all the drunk people in the sky taxis are going to be vomiting out the window on the people on the ground taxis. It's true. Give that a couple of times on Instagram. No one's going to want to take it. The sky is cool, but the only good thing about the sky and the reason it is so cool is because people aren't up there yet.
Right, that's true. It's beautiful when they're in the plane because when you're in the plane and you're looking out the window, it's beautiful because you don't see the people that are down there. So why put them up there, Tyrus? Why?
I grew up in California, in L.A., and I'm telling you right now, when the whole thing was bringing the trains, that was gonna change everything. Everyone's gonna take the commute was gonna change. Everyone used to go from the high desert and stuff to drive down to LA to work and all that beautiful thing. But here's the thing: I'm not taking a train.
Yeah.
I'm Californian. Even though I'm a waiter, I'm a writer.
Yeah.
I'm an actor. Everyone in California is a star who lives in their own bubble, and most of their bubble is in their car. So they're not going to leave their car. So even with the planes, which looks cool, I got to wait in line. I got to go to security. And what if I have to sit next to somebody I don't like? I got to sit in there with 4 people, and what if their stops first?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Or what if I don't like their music? That's how Californians are. There's just too many. I'm going to stay in my car.
Yeah.
There's back streets.
The Jetsons.
Well, you're going to get thrown up on.
Yeah.
I blame the Jetsons. The Jetsons promised way too much. Way too much. What?
I think it's a scam. It's a Ponzi scam.
Is it? I don't know.
Bunch of
I'd like
investors.
to see the opposite. People try to think, oh, it's a flying car. It's much easier to invent a plane you can drive. Like, start with something that flies and then make it so you can drive. Everybody's trying to make a flying car. It doesn't work. No, make a plane you can drive.
So you'd have like...
That's a car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, have you seen people driving? You want people in the air too?
I don't want people anywhere.
Montana.
Coming up, it's the greatest coloring book ever drawn. The hero behind the book joins us next. So, happy Veterans Day. If you see a veteran at a bar tonight, buy him or her a drink, or buy me one. After all, I'm the real hero, and don't ever forget it. Speaking of vets, Staff Sergeant Johnny Joey Jones has given a lot for his country. While serving as a bomb technician for the U.S. Marines in Iraq, he stepped on an IED and lost both of his legs. Today, he's an outspoken voice for veterans. You've seen him a lot on this channel. And his story is now being told, not just in a book, but a coloring book. This book is called Blown Away, and it contains drawings of Joey from his days in the military, before the incident, and where his life has taken him since. And the drawings don't pull any punches. They illustrate Joey's time in the hospital, his determination to get strong again, and his life of service back here at home. Now, this is the only time I have ever endorsed a coloring book. So don't send me your coloring books to promote, because I won't do it. I'm only doing it because of Joey. If he was promoting belly button lint, I would do a segment on that too. And no, don't send me your belly button lint either. Or maybe. I have a collection. Welcome back to the show, Staff Sergeant Johnny Joey Jones. Yeah. All right. Joey, I've been told this is an adult coloring book, which sounds kind of dirty.
No, not at all. There are pictures of me getting carted off from the battlefield. There are guns in the picture, because believe it or not, we carry guns when we go to war.
Yes.
And but no, this, in my opinion, this is a coloring book for all ages, and complete with unauthorized pictures of 2 sitting presidents.
Really?
Yes, Obama and Bush. And I've really told my lawyer, you know, if you send a Marine to war and he loses his legs, you don't get to tell him he can't put you in a coloring book. So.
That's a very good point. That's very good. I noticed on page 54, it shows your dog.
I've got 54 pages.
Yeah. You're like Donna, Brazile. There's a dog in my book. But the dog's name is Tucker, and I'm just wondering why you didn't name him Greg. I mean, what's Tucker? I'm having you on my show. What's Tucker done?
Well, yeah, I've got a little Frenchie that's got a lot of attitude and a lot of bite, and his name's Chief.
Chief?
Not Greg.
Well, that's all right.
Maybe it's Greg.
Now, this book, how can people get this book? Where do they find it?
Right now, go to dablebrothers.com, dablebrothers.com, and it'll be available on Amazon at the beginning of the month. So it takes a little bit longer to get it going there, but they've been really cool about getting it going. And it's Veterans Day, so I had to bring the book and tell people about it today.
Yeah. Speaking of Veterans Day, I have to ask you this topic about Bo Bergdahl. He's entitled to $300 grand in back pay. What are your thoughts?
First of all, if we want to talk about what he's entitled to, I'll get us all in trouble. So
no, go ahead.
Let's stop that right
now. How about this? We'll cut it. We'll edit it out of the show.
Yeah.
We'll edit it out of the show.
Buy the coloring book.
Yeah. What should he have?
Listen, this is a guy that not only committed treason, which is a buzzword. This is a guy that walked off post. Did so without telling anybody with the intent of joining the Taliban. This is like the Army giving someone a $300,000 signing bonus for joining the Taliban. To put this into perspective, I lost my legs, and that was $100,000 life insurance basically on my legs. Of this $300,000, $150,000 of it goes to someone who becomes a POW. So his choice is worth more than my misfortune. And not to say that anyone owes me any money, but sometimes we're right for the purpose of being right, rather than being what is commonly decent or what's technically right. With Bo, this is a guy that should be in jail.
Yeah.
He pled guilty. He was convicted of treason. People are dead because of his choices to turn his back on guys like me. So, no, he doesn't get $300,000. That money should go to the families of those who died to find him, knowing he turned his back on them. So, that's,
Another option is that maybe it comes to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because like I said, I am the real hero.
Yeah. Well.
But you know what the thing is? What I fear is that he's going to get out and he's going to get a reality show on Bravo, probably with Chelsea Manning, and they could like spend all day picking out emojis.
Yeah. They don't make it in coloring books, though. I'll tell you that. They don't get their own pages. And maybe coloring each other's faces or something. But.
All right, last question. We started the show talking about the first year Trump. What's your take from a military perspective of how he's doing?
Yeah, it's been quite the year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes perception is more important than reality. Who knows where the Department of Defense is overall? But when you go into office and you bring someone like General Mattis to the top of the chain, you tell every boot on the ground that you believe in what they want, you believe in supporting them and the job they do. We're still not defining our goals in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and places like that like I would like. But we're putting the right people in place to let these men and women know that when you're put in a bad spot, we're going to have your back from the top down. And that's an A+++ in my book.
Excellent.
Something I didn't
Joey, always a pleasure. Get his book, order it, or write to me if you can't figure it out. We'll figure out a way to put it up there. Up next, Cat meets the Screamers, screaming helplessly at the sky. That's next. Finally tonight, this week was the anniversary of Trump winning his first presidential election. For most of us, that meant going about our daily lives. But for some, it meant screaming helplessly at the sky. Kat Timpf went to investigate to show them what's really worth screaming about.
So I feel like we're here. We see a lot of people who are upset about the election. Some people are happy about it. There's a lot of things we can't agree on that are all bad, right?
Yes.
Do you agree that ketchup packets are too small?
They are too damn small.
Yeah, too small. Yeah. Do you ever have someone hand you like a piece of birthday cake and it's their birthday, and if you don't want cake, you still have to take it because otherwise they think that you don't like them? Can we agree that it's bad that I'm almost 30 and I still have acne all over my chin?
You don't look like you have any acne.
I'm wearing a lot of makeup, everybody, America. A lot of pounds of it. They had to bring it in on a truck. I think daylight savings is bad.
I think it sucks.
You have to like 1 hour because the clock's changed, another hour to deal with it emotionally. Nobody wants to do the cha-cha slide at your wedding. When you go somewhere and they have a coat check, you have to pay cash. The goldfish you win at the carnivals, they die too fast. In America, we need to do better because we're breaking too many children's hearts by they're so excited, oh, win a pet, win a pet. Next thing you know, it's floating. It's really sad. Do you think we need a third party?
Absolutely.
What about the we won't actually lie party? But then the trick is you can't lie. If we had someone run on that platform, maybe they could win.
Maybe you should do that.
I'm really thinking about it more and more, so I'm really pleased that you said that. What about the platform party based on the platform? You win. Everybody gets a pair of platform shoes.
I myself don't know that I need platforms.
Upward mobility.
All right, that's funny. I'll give you that one.
The end daylight savings time party.
That's fine.
This is sad. It's only noon. It's only noon right now. Let's scream. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ketchup packets are too small. What kind of sociopath only uses one little small packet of ketchup? Make the individual serving sizes bigger, please.
Well done, Kat. All right. Thanks to Mark Steyn. Always a pleasure. Dave Rubin, Kat, Tyrus, Staff Sergeant Joey Jones, and our studio audience. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you, America.